Hi everybody and welcome into this VistaSculpt tutorial. Today we're gonna see how to use editing tools for editing your image and basically change the way your image look before you generate any type of content inside VistaSculpt. So to keep things short, let's head directly into the process. So let's upload an image on the top right panel here to begin your generation. And here I'm going to click on load image from my computer and I'm gonna choose one of these images. Let's use this one. And here, as soon as you upload your image, you're gonna get asked if you want to do basically an AI relief preview. So an AI relief preview, basically what it does is going to convert your image into an image that looks like a relief, and that essentially give you like a preview of what you will expect from VistaSculpt when it comes to generating a 3D model. So you will get like a preview of your image as a 3D model, but it's not a 3D model yet, it's just an image. Or also you can change or edit your image using prompt. For example, here, let's change the scene. For example, I can say edit the scene to a mountain scene, yeah, and edit the background with tree and vegetation. And let's click generate preview, which as you can see here, this gives you also 5 free AI relief preview generation per day. As a hobby, you receive only 3 AI relief preview per day as free. Obviously, if you have a pro license, you can still generate more AI relief preview. However, you need to use credits, which cost, as you can see here, it costs 3 credits to generate basically over that you have expired the amount of free generation in that day. You can still generate more AI relief preview, but you need to use credits. I will remind you that if you have a pro license, you receive 200 free credits per month. So you can already generate a lot of things just with the free credits that you receive. So this is the conversion. I think it looks pretty good. It has followed the prompt perfectly. We have the background that is essentially a mountain with some vegetation, some tree. So I'm gonna click on use AI, and this is going to load the new image on the top right corner. So I'm gonna also click here to edit my image even further. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to expand the image, clicking on expand image, and here I can slide this arrow here. So I'm going to expand a little bit the left and a little bit the right side too, and I'm going to click expand, which is going to cost approximately 2 credits, and this will expand the image. Okay, image expanded successfully. I think has done a pretty good job. It has added more tree on the left and on the right side here, the vegetation. I'm pretty happy with this result. We could basically go even further. For example, I can remove the background, which will essentially just grab the main object and remove everything from the scene. And that's very helpful if you want to get the model only of your main object, which will automatically also crop the model. You will get a model that's already cropped for you. But in this case, I don't really want to, because I specifically asked it to create this background. So I'm happy with this. Obviously, we can go even further. We could, for example, here mirror the image, which I think I actually like more this angle, so I'm gonna keep it. And also I can rotate, for example, like this, or I can click on reset slider to bring everything to default. I can click on perspective here, which is very helpful if you have an image that contains like an angle where you want to get your main object kind of precisely in front of your camera, but unfortunately the shot has been done not precise, so you can adjust those, and it's very helpful. And also you can enhance your image, or you can also, you know, generate AI relief preview just like before, but we don't have to do that because we have already done it. So I'm going to click apply. If you click undo, you can basically undo and redo the modification. Now that I have applied, unfortunately, I can't do anything. But if I, for example, here, if I crop the image like this, I apply it, and then I go back, undo. As you can see, it's going to allow me to basically undo and redo the change that I've done it. And here we can also restore default. If I restore to default, it's going to bring everything default to the original image, which I don't really want to do that right now. So I'm going to close it, and I'm going to generate a relief out of this image. So to do so, I'm going to make sure the type of generation is image to relief, and I'm going to just click generate relief. Actually, here I'm going to select ultra quality for the best result. I'm going to generate my relief, which does take approximately 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, that was pretty quick. It took only a minute and a half, and this is the output. And as you can see, we have a really good amount of detail, perhaps even too much. So I'm going to lower a little bit the scale detail, which is going to make everything less, the contrast on detail less, strong. And now I'm going to also show you a new essential feature that we have added recently, which is called detail mode. It's a very powerful feature because it lets you choose between two types of detail. You have an optimizer detail, which is used by default, and is going to essentially make the detail basically realistic without changing the geometry in a way that looks like distorted. For example, I can switch to fidelity, and this is going to essentially use the fidelity mode, which looks more like the original image. But as you can see here, we're going to have some issue if we have shadows or noise inside the image. For example, here we have this error here, which is not ideal because there was a shadow here. Also here around the flowers. But if we use optimized version, you can see that is basically optimized, and the model, it's a lot more pristine. Like you can see that the flat area is a lot more precise and flat, and instead on fidelity this was more bumpy. So yeah, optimized version, I mean, you can experiment between those two options, so you have the ability and you can choose the one that suits better your needs. But for now, I think fidelity looks the best because it has made more believable detail. Now I'm going to also increase the edge smoothing a little bit to smooth the edges of the model. I don't want it to make too flat in the depth transition. So this is going to essentially, as you can see, smooth that around the model. Maybe not 100%, that's a little bit too much. 60, let's do 50. And I'm going to also lower a little bit the thickness here. I don't like this excessive thickness, so I'm going to show you the Z limit because it's a very powerful tool. So I'm going to slide the Z limit, and what this does basically is going to change the base of the model. It's going to bring the base of the model forward. So if I increase this, you can see how it's going to affect, and that's very helpful because he has reduced that thickness, the excessive thickness, without touching the surface. So we have a nice depth here, but we have got rid of that excessive thickness. I think maybe 45 it's the best sweet spot. Okay, I'm going to increase a little bit the edge smoothing at this point to 60%, and I'm gonna move the light here. You can click here, and by default you have dynamic light, which is going to have a light that's in front of the model, but you can also use the regular positioning, so you can position the light wherever you want. But usually I prefer dynamic light, because wherever you move the model is gonna look bright enough. So I'm gonna accept the model now because I like the way it look. I'm pretty okay with the dimension, even though I don't have a specific dimension in mind. I just like the proportion of thickness and detail. So I'm going to click accept the model, and that's it. I think it has made a really good conversion, and the model is ready to be carved. We could put this into a frame, which I'm gonna show you into another video, but yeah, that was just a quick short video to demonstrate you some of the editing image tools. I'm gonna show you also the image to vector. So for example, I can generate a vectorized version of this image, and to do so I'm gonna click here to type, and I'm going to switch to image to vector. And here we have the ability obviously to edit the image just like before, or we can also click on vector library, which in my case it's empty because I haven't generated any image, vector image. So basically when you generate vector, it's gonna save all the image here. But let's try to generate a vectorized version of this image, which basically it's like this. And it's gonna cost 3 credits. I'm gonna click generate, and it's gonna take approximately a few minutes. And so I will catch you when this process has finished. Okay, this is the result. Looks pretty nice. I mean, it's a vector version, so obviously some stuff will change, like the face a little bit, but the overall image is still there, and it's pretty good even with text. He understands very well text, very well shapes and things, so you can experiment with more image. And basically the output is either a center line or the outline, depending on which type of output you want to get. For example, here you can carve this with a center line, which is gonna make just a straight line into the middle, or maybe you can make even a more complex version where it is basically like a V carve effect, and it's gonna change the thickness based on the line thickness. So in this case, I'm gonna go for the center line. I like it more, and I can export this on my computer. And I have 2 type of extension. I can use SVJ or I can use DXF. So I'm gonna go with DXF, and I'm gonna save it as just vector. Okay, exported successfully. Took approximately 20 seconds to process. So yeah, this is essentially how you can generate a relief model, edit the image, edit the scene, generate relief, generate vectors, all in one software. And you can do even more than that, but I'm not going to show you right now. There is more tutorial in the future that will cover all the powerful tool that VistaSculpt has to offer. So for now, I wish you the best, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next tutorial.